Okay, so today we're going to be doing something a little different. Today we're going to be working on an HTML only site. So the question is, how good can we possibly make a website using just HTML? No CSS, no JavaScript, nothing, just HTML. So this is going to be our final result. We're making a little About Me page. So as you see, we have some pictures. We're going to have an image map here, which is a pretty cool feature of HTML that allows you to click on different objects, be taken to different areas of the page. So that's pretty cool. We can click on the cat, we can click on the cows, click on the books, and then it'll take us to whatever ID we have selected for that area of our image map. We're just also going to use different types of headings, how to italicize text, how to make some text bold, how to make links, how to make quotes. So today is pretty much just going to be basic HTML tutorial. So the question, how good can we make a page using just HTML? Well, not very good at all, but we're going to try. So let's get started, shall we? Okay, let's see. Alright, so to start us off, we're going to start with our doc type declaration, which is not actually necessary if you're using CodePen like I am, but let's just put it in there just so our code validates. We're going to make our HTML tag, and we're going to give it a language attribute of EN for English. Then we're going to create our head tag. This is where we put our meta tags, like the character type, which in this case will be charset UTF-8. And then the name and description of the page. So meta name equals description. And the contents of the page are an about me. So we'll say about Tyler Von Hars. Alrighty. And then we'll close that tag. Now we could put more meta tags here. I'm just going to put one more. That's to set the viewport width. So we'll say meta name equals viewport. Content equals width equals device width. We'll set the initial scale to 1.0. And then we'll close up that tag. And then one more for our head. And we're going to put a title. This is just going to be about me. And that's it for our head tag, so we'll close it up here. And then we'll start working in the body. So the first thing we want in our body element is a header. And we're just going to put a little h1 tag here for our title of the page. A little about myself. And then we'll close that up. And I'm done with the header too, so we'll close up the header. And then we'll work on putting in an image. Now, when using just HTML, I would say it's best to put an image inside the figure tag. This way, we're able to give it a caption, and also so it gives a little bit of margin, so it's not right up against the side of the page. So, how do we do that? Pretty much, let's see, let's find an image I want to use here. I'm just going to copy something off of my GitHub. Another little handy tip is host your images in a GitHub repository. This way you don't have to host them along with your website's files, which can often be faster in a lot of cases. So anyway, let's build this figure out here. So we're going to put our image inside of the figure element. For source, I'm just going to paste the link to the image which I have on my GitHub. Don't need double quotes, only need one. So there's our image source. There I am, that's me. Okay, and let's see, so for the fig caption, we're going to put, so that's me, Tyler. Close up fig caption there. And there we go, we have ourselves a little caption directly under the image. So, easy peasy. Then we'll go ahead and close up our figure tag there. And there we go. So, let's start working on the next section. Pretty much just going to be a few different headings and a paragraph tag. And then we'll see how to both italicize or bold content. So, let's see. Make a little H2 tag here. Can I lay out HTML as well as I can lay out that mustache? That's the question. That's the topic today. And let's see, I think I'll put the answer in a P tag for paragraph. If you mean sloppy and uneven, but okay from a distance, then yes. Let's see, and I want to put the then yes in italics. So, italics are going to be created using the EM tag, but EM can't stand on its own because it's not a semantic element. So we're going to need to put that inside of the P tag here, side of the paragraph tag. So, we'll say then yes, and then we'll close up the EM, and then we'll close up the paragraph. And as you can see, we have a little italic text right there. Easy peasy. Just put that inside of the EM tag and put that inside of the paragraph tag. Alrighty, so let's see. So let me tell you a little about myself, what I'm all about. Now, when creating heading tags like H1, H2, H3, you never want to have them in a conflicting order. So that means you want to have your H1 tag first, an H2 below that, and an H3 below that. You never want to start off with the H3 or the H2 as the first heading tag on your page. You always want to start with H1, and you just want them to go in order. H1, H2, H3. As you can see, I'm doing here. We go H1 for our title, H2 below that, and then finally I'm using H3. Now here, I'm going to mainly stick with H3. I'm not going to go any smaller than that. So, let's make another little paragraph here. Let's see, I think let's start preparing to put our image map next. So, let's see. They say a picture paints 1,000 words. But you know what they say about HTML image maps? What do they say? Let's see. They say, and I think I want to make this bold, so I'm going to put this in the strong tag. When you place text in a strong tag, that also means screen readers will place extra emphasis on it, which is important for accessibility. So definitely good to remember to use the strong tag. So anyway, this is where we're going to put our directions for our image map. So it should have some extra emphasis on it. So anyway, click on an object to learn more about it. That's going to be our directions. And then we'll end our strong tag here. We say click on an object to learn more about it, or at least that's what I say. Here we go. We can end our paragraph tag there, and let's put a little break before our next figure. So our next figure, like I said, I'm going to be putting the images inside the figure element here, just so we are able to get that caption and that little bit of margin from the edge of the page. Now, let's see, for our image map, I'm also going to take another picture that I have hosted on GitHub here. Let's see, copy. Now, one way for making image maps, there's a bunch of ways to make image maps. The hardest part is getting the coordinates for where you want your clickable objects. Now you can use MS Paint. I'm on a Mac, so I don't have that. You could use Photoshop. I also don't have Photoshop, so what I use is a free online image map generator called imagemap.net. So this site allows you to either upload an image or select one from your website. So what I'm going to do is we're going to select one from the website. I'm just going to use my GitHub linked content. And let's see. I didn't put the link correctly. No quotes. There we go. That should do it. Perfect. All right, now as we can see, we have a little picture of a room here. So I'm just going to link a few items. But as you can see, it creates the shape, it creates the link, it creates the title, and the target. So for this, I'm going to be selecting target self, which means when you click anywhere on this object, it will take you to the same page. It won't open a new page. It'll keep you in frame pretty much. So we're going to select poly, and then we're just going to draw our points here. So I'm going to surround the cat here with this shape. And there we go. We pretty much got our shape. And the link is going to, we're going to set this up later. The link is going to go to cat. It's just going to go to cat. So we're going to set up a ID further down our page for the cat section. All right. Add a new area. Make another poly shape. And we'll just select these. Oops. Might be. You want to make sure you're on the right shape here. Gonna mess that one up anyway. So add a new item. Select that item so you're not editing the wrong one. This I'm going to target the books. Alright, books, self. And then we'll just select our books here. Like so. Cool. So there's some books. And we're going to add one more. And we'll call this the cows. And I will just select this one cow picture on the wall. And that's it. So we have our 3 items. Alright. Show me the code. So as you can see, this site generates the image map for you. It gives you your source, gives you your map name, and most importantly, it gives you all of the coordinates. So that we'll be able to use in our image map. Alrighty, so we'll come back to that. Let's see, I'm just going to copy the map as we already have our image set up. We just want to make sure that we use the image map for our use map attribute there. So back over to our HTML file here. We're going to set up our image. And then we're going to add the map here. Map name, image map. And let's see, let me just get this picture again. Alrighty, let me just make sure I'm doing that right. Use map equals ID image map. Perfect. Alright, so our image map should be set up here. So as you can see, when you hover over the cat, it'll show cat and turn to a pointer. Same with cow and same with the books. So there we go. Let's go ahead and finish up our figure tag here. We'll just close that right up. Alrighty, and there we go. Now we are going to start we are going to make another section here. Let's see. Alrighty, so how about a list? How about a little list? Alright. So H3, I think image maps are one of the coolest things you can do using just HTML. Close, and we'll start our list. We'll make a little unordered list here. List item. Alright, so what goes into making an image map? Step 1, pick out an image. Parentheses, optional, make it interesting. Step 2, host your image in a GitHub repo so you can access it anywhere. Alright, and let's see, I'm not going to go through every single step here. I'm going to close that list off right here. But you get the point. So you pretty much just make a UL element, and then you put your list items inside of them here. So you start with LI, and then close up each tag with the / LI. And then just make sure each one of those is the same, and they are enclosed in the unordered list element. Alright, so going to our next section. Let's see. We are going to make a little page break here using the HR tag. So what that does is it creates a little line at the bottom of our page, and we can start working on our next section. So for this, I think I'm going to use the details element. We're going to use the details element here. Now, let's see. We'll have a more detailed information section, and this is where we'll put some of the IDs that we link to in our image map. So, more detailed information. Alrighty. We will use the details tag. Now let's say I wanted to type the carrots, but not have them, show up in the HTML. I want them to just show up on the website as opposed to actually creating a new tag in the HTML. So how would I do that? We'll say and LT semicolon details, and then we can close it with and GT semicolon. Now as you can see, the carrots will actually show up on the page instead of messing with our HTML over here. So pretty cool. So we'll use the details element to show hide certain information. So let's see. Let's make those details. All right, details. We'll give it a summary. We gotta have a summary. ID equals cat. So this should let our cat link right down here. Say my cat, and then we'll close the summary tag. Alright, my cat, Mittens, loves eating kibble. There we go. We'll just put that in a paragraph tag, and then we'll close off our details tag. Alright, now if we look at the bottom of our page, we'll see we have a little hidden section here. We just click on that, and then it shows the additional information. Pretty cool, huh? So, anyway, let's make some more. Let's make a few more here. So, we're going to copy the details tag. Why type it all again, you know? And this time we're going to say books. Or let's make sure we're matching with the image map up here. Alright, so we're going to link to cat, books, and cows. Perfect. So here we're going to link to books. I'll just say my books, and what else? How can we describe that? I have lots of books next to my bed for reading. Or what else are they there for, you know? And then we'll just copy that. Details again. This one will say cows for the ID. We'll say my cows. And I have lots of pictures of cows in my room to lift my spirits. Alrighty, cool. So we'll look at the bottom of the page, make sure all of those are there. Great, they all work. Now let's check the image map here. What happens when we click on cat? We go down to the cat ID. And cow? We go down to the cows. Perfect. So there we have it. We've got our image map. And let's see, anything else to put in this page? I think that's about it. So let's say, let's close up our body tag here. We'll close up our HTML tag here. And that's about it. Let's make sure it validates here. That's always important. If we're making it just in HTML, might as well make sure it validates. So we'll go ahead and go to validator.w3.org. And we'll select that. Then we'll go back and make sure to copy all of our text here from our HTML file. And CodePen is only giving me a red exclamation mark because it doesn't need the HTML tags here. Unnecessary, so it's yelling at me. But anyway, we'll copy that. And we'll say validate by direct input, because we're just going to put our markup right in here. So let's see. Here we go. We'll just check that real quick. And see if we've got any issues. Alright, let's fix these up. So let's see. So contents, not allowed on meta at this point. So that's reasonable. Let's see. Element meta is missing one or more of the following attributes. So I believe this is simply because we said contents instead of content in our one meta tag up there. Alright, and the last error is the IMG element must have an alt attribute. Well, that's fair enough. So let's go ahead and fix that. So all that wants us to do, we have a little typo here, as we can see. Content is what we want to say. We put a little S here, which is unnecessary. And then for our image, we want to have an alt attribute. Very important for accessibility. Screen readers will read the alt tag. So we'll just say Tyler. That's me. All right, and there we go. That's pretty much it. So our code will validate now, and we have as best looking a website as we're going to get with just HTML. So anyway, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something. If you did, feel free to drop a like, drop a subscribe. It really helps me out. And drop a comment if you have any questions. Anyway, I will see you in the next video.